So Chloe, how did you find applying for training contracts?
So outside of DG, I applied for quite a few. And when I was going through the processes, I found that each firm had a different way that they wanted you to apply for their training contracts. Some places would just require you to send in, say, a personal statement, quite similar to one that you would have done for UCAS before you went to uni. Other places wanted you to fill out their own internal application forms, which, again, at every firm, they were different. And then other places just wanted you to do the standard, send in your CV, a cover letter, and they would take it from there. But on the whole, it was quite different with each firm that I approached.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And a few of the ones I applied for wanted a lot of information from you. They would do it in 6-7 stages. So you might start off with just an application form. The next round could be a pre-recorded interview where they give you questions and you have a minute or 2 minutes to reply to the question, and you have to do it there and then and submit it. And then a few rounds would be like IQ tests, personality tests. You might meet the team and you're being assessed like internally just through your interactions. Yeah, there's quite a range of different options there.
Just being tested to the limits. Did you find that they would take quite a long time to come back to you? I know I applied for one local firm and I didn't hear back for about a year. And by that time, I'd already accepted my training contract here. It was quite a long time, and they wanted to invite me to the next stage, and obviously I was there like, well, you've waited too long now. So I
don't think it's always clear either when you apply how long they'll get back to you.
Yeah, especially when some places are hiring maybe 2 years in advance, so you're sat there. Their application process might close 6 months down the line, so you're not sure. You're always already waiting that 6-month period. How long after that are you going to be waiting for a response or an invitation to the next stage? Especially when you might not hear anything back. They might just leave you hanging indefinitely. you never hear.
No, I mean, a few of my experiences were kind of 3 months that you were waiting, and you would have an acknowledgement email, and then you would hear nothing for 3 months. Some did tell you a specific day, so it'd say log on to our platform on something of April, and you'd find out. But then, quite a few wouldn't hear back at all, which just felt very, just awful. You're just waiting in limbo. This is your future that you're trying to plan. How did getting rejected make you feel?
It's difficult. It's something that you have to try and process, because you will sit there and feel like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this, maybe I'm not cut out for this, but you just have to keep persevering, because you will get there eventually. It does come down a lot of the time to the sheer volume of people who are applying for the same thing. You know how big your classes were when you were at uni or when you were doing your LPC. There is a lot of competition to becoming a trainee, and you just have to persevere with it, because you will get there one day. And we did, so it worked out in the end.
Yeah, I think it's all about bouncing back. At the time, it's going to feel really awful, and you're going to be upset. You might feel just really let down and disappointed, but just keep going. It's not really a reflection on you as such. It's just the fact that there's so many people, it's so competitive, and maybe it wasn't the right firm for you or the right time for you. Keep going with the applications and you will get there.
Absolutely. Did you ever get any feedback from any of the places that you applied to, or any things that you could work on? Was there any help offered?
Yeah, there were a couple. So if I received a rejection email, I'd always reach out to the HR manager or recruitment manager, and I'd just ask. And one firm did give me a phone call, and it was really, really nice. It was just honest feedback. This particular question you could have said more on, or this part of your answer we didn't think matched with our values, and that was really helpful to get that feedback going forwards. How about you?
Well, no, but it would have been really nice to, especially when we're being left hanging for so long. If you do pop over that email asking for feedback, again, it's difficult to get it from people if they have waited to come back to you. But it's worth the shot asking. But whether they come back or not is a different story. So
absolutely.